Hunter McQueen tries to kill Nightingale as he leaves the village with ASHA KAUR an emotional goodbye. Another sad farewell has taken place in the Hollyoaks village as another two residents get their happy ending. Just weeks after Ellie Nightingale and Holly Cunningham exited to go traveling together, another duo have headed off for a new life. With lampooned landlord Nightingale released from his locked-in syndrome and back in his former home, the killer pint puller has been revving around the village in his murder wagon mobility scooter, terrorizing his previous victims. Things finally became too much for Hunter McQueen, who after months of emotional turmoil and anxiety attacks decided to do away with Manic Mac once and for all in an out-of-character murder attempt. Endless taunting over killing soulmate Nita Kaur, defacing Hunter's tribute to her and giving him the anxiety tablets he's been addicted to ended with the bitter foes having a final face-off on the roof. As the startled McQueen family gathered below, twin Prince McQueen pleaded with the other half of him to spare undeserving Mac his life, as his loving brother is better than that and destined for big things. In a soul-destroying moment, Hunter was forced to let manipulative Mac live, as everyone still refused to believe that the arch-villain can walk again and is more deadly than ever. Soon Hunter and new lover ASHA KAUR were seen bidding a deeply emotional goodbye as they headed off for a new life in Brighton. In his touching final moments in the village, Hunter thanked Myra McQueen and Sally St. Clair for all the motherly lesbian couplet have done for him. Embracing his twin for a final time, a few supportive words and an emotional hug was exchanged. In the most bitter farewell of all, Hunter was seen in tears thanking Mum Goldie McQueen for being by his side and fighting for him her whole life. Acknowledging how his single mum has played every role in his life and no one could have done a better job, he handed her a thoughtful scroll to remind her she is the best mum. Goldie let her beloved son know how proud she is of the independent and successful man he has now become. Sat in the back of the car, a giggling Hunter and ASHA excitedly and nervously headed off for their new adventures together as a happy couple. Departed actor Theo Graham revealed his challenging final days of filming to Metro. "It's always emotional playing Hunter. On the rooftop where Hunter threatens Mac, we filmed all that in a day. That in itself was a really draining day. It was literally a case of going to work at 7 o'clock and crying till 7 in the evening. It was really good to film, I really enjoyed it. I love playing that stuff as well. I feel like if Prince and his family weren't around him, in that moment he wasn't thinking of the consequences. He was just thinking everyone needs to know exactly what Mac is, and he felt like that was the only way to get what he wants. I don't think he wanted to kill him, but he'd have gone that step further if no one was there to stop him, and only then would he have realized. It was probably one of the hardest days I've had working there. I had to be disciplined. It was keeping that headspace because there were takes we had to go over and over again, and I got to that point when I was tired but knew the scenes were important. For me personally, it was about keeping the headspace and not getting too deep into it when I wasn't filming. I really don't know. I think I just get into a mindset and build myself up. When you're going to film those kinds of scenes, you just go into work with that in your mind. It's not anything I'm tapping into, it's just gearing myself having to do those scenes. On whether Mad Mac will ever get his comeuppance and if he could target other McQueen family members next, Theo explained, "I feel like he has to. Bad people always get their comeuppance, whether it's through Hunter or just in general. I think what he's doing will come back to bite it up some point. I hope that the story ends there. I wouldn't like to think Mac would go after my family members. It's the beef between me and him. I hope it stays that way." On if the McQueen twins will miss each other, Theo added, "Definitely. They grew up together. They're really close. They're going their separate ways. Prince has got married, Hunter has found love, and I feel like it's a new chapter. I'm glad Hunter got his happy ever after. It's been a long time coming. What will Hunter and ASHA's lives be like in Brighton? Will Hunter be able to overcome his anxiety? How will Prince and Goldie cope without their twin and son by their side? What does the future hold for the McQueen family? Will you miss Hunter and ASHA? Leave a comment below. Thanks for watching SoapBuster, YouTube's daily soap news and spoilers show. Subscribe below for the next episode.